Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to introduce the chief guest for this session, Dr. Harsha Cabral. Dr. Harsha Cabral is a President's Counsel in Sri Lanka with 30 years experience in the field of company law, intellectual property law, commercial law, international trade law, and commercial arbitration. He has been a President's Counsel for 12 years and commands an extensive practice in the commercial high courts and Supreme Court of Sri Lanka. He holds a doctorate in corporate law from University of Canberra, Australia, and he is a sitting member of the International Chamber of Commerce, ICC, International Court of Arbitration in Paris. Dr. Cabral is a member of the Law Commission of Sri Lanka, a member of the UGC Standing Committee on Legal Matters, UGC nominee on the Postgraduate Institute of Medicine, known as PGIM, and a member of the Board of Management of NSBM Green University, Sri Lanka. As a member of the Advisory Commission of Company Law in Sri Lanka, he was one of the architects of the Companies Act No. 7 of 2007, the current Act for Company Law. He is a council member of the Institute of Development Commercial Law and Practice, ICLP, and is the course director for the Diploma in Commercial Arbitration. Dr. Cabral has contributed immensely to the legal academia and the corporate community of Sri Lanka. He has been the chairman director of numerous companies in Sri Lanka, such as the Haleys, Demo, HNB, and he is the chairman of Tokyo Cement Companies Lanka PLC. He is also a serving visiting lecturer at several universities. He is a regular speaker at public seminars, author of several books, and has presented several papers on corporate law, intellectual property law, international trade law, and commercial arbitration, both locally and abroad. I now invite Dr. Cabral to deliver the convocation address.
Thank you for the nice introduction. The Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor, the Deputy Chancellor, members of the academic staff, brand new graduates, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored and my privilege to say a few words on a very auspicious day for you all, especially when you venture into a different stage of your life. I say this because we have all gone through this. It's a landmark photograph that you have taken today. Those are the few photographs that will be on display in your houses years to come, when your children, grandchildren will look at them. Maybe your birth is recorded, then your graduation is recorded, maybe your wedding is recorded thereafter. So that's a landmark in your life, and you would know that from today onwards, you're not a normal citizen of this country. You're a learned, educated human being from today. So in your book of life, it takes a different turn. What is expected of you from society, what is expected of you from your family members, and the academia, all would be different because you have gone through several stages now. You have the primary education, you had the secondary education, and you got the tertiary educations as well. Maybe whatever you do thereafter will be postgraduate and to enhance your knowledge, qualification, and your well-being. Now, I thought I would share some thoughts with regard to how you proceed from here onwards. We have all gone through these stages, and let me share with you a few things you got to keep in mind. Firstly, what is expected of you has to be performed well. Right? So that is why you have in Lord Buddha's scriptures, in his sermons, he had given a lot of advice to young people like you all. Right? He said, there are 3 categories of people in this world. And he categorized the 3 into human. That's the normal type you and I are in. In Sinhala you call it minis. Then the second category is human animal. Right? Minis tirascino, minis tirisa. Very rare category, you know. They are the pickpockets, you know, in day-to-day life you come across. Right? Several of them, most of them are behind bars. Right? Then the third category is the human godly. Minis deva. So he said, Lord Buddha said, people who are in this particular second category of the minis category or the human category, majority of us are there, must strive not to go down but to go up. Right? It's very easy to go downwards, but very difficult to go upwards, to become the human godly aspect. That is a difficult area to see because there again he said, spoke about the people who are this lower level, right? Lower category people. And he categorized them, the Balaya. The 3 types of Balayas. Kriyavim Bala, Danuvim Bala, Vayasing Bala. Right? Low in actions, low in knowledge, and low in age. Maybe low in age, you won't gain anything. They have lesser experience than you. And low in actions, well, you go into that level, nothing. Then low in knowledge also, you are not going to gain anything because you have more knowledge than them. So never go into the Bala category. Then the godly category is very rare. You know, sometimes when you look back, I think senior members like the Chancellor would know, when you look back at the age of 60, you would know that how many people of that caliber you have met in life. I'm 60, when I look back, my 5 fingers are too much. I have met only 2 people who can be classed into that category. You will realize when you are a little old and it's too early for you all to look back and see how many such great top-class individuals you have met in life. They are the role models. Unfortunately, the role models are very rare. Right? In my life, I have met 2 such people. One was my former boss when I was working. He's a Tamil gentleman now living in, unfortunately, after the riots, they had to leave Sri Lanka. He lives in Canada now. A very close friend of mine now. Top quality man, highly educated, very rich, but absolute down-to-earth, simple man. Then the second person is my own father. He was a great man. He was a government teacher, but old school, the schoolmasters, you know, people who wore white and they were The actions were also pure, very straight in everything he did. And he always told about quality. He said, we may not be rich in monetary terms, but we are rich in quality. Those are the things he taught us. I'm very proud to say, I share this with my students very often. I have never witnessed an argument in my house between my mother and father. It's the rare feat. He was a man of few words, upright to the core, no smoking, no drinking, very difficult to match. None of the children are anywhere near there. Right? So, such people are very difficult to find. So, you must have your role models. And the role models should be top class. Very difficult to find them. Right? Maybe in certain areas you might find them. In politics, you may not find them. Right? Yeah, maybe in your schools, maybe your own societies, you may come across very rarely such people. So you need that type of guidance, to model yourself accordingly. Then I must tell you that there are a couple of things much you must watch now that you have become a graduate. Very often they always say we have a highly educated society, which is not reflected though in the actions in countries like Sri Lanka. Highly educated. Being in the private sector, I can tell you, now when you ask for accounts clerk, the people who apply are accountants, double accountants. When you ask for a normal accountant, you find double accountants, MBAs who apply. So it is not only the qualification that take you places. Keep that in mind. Very, very important. You must model yourself to go forward. How do you do that? Right? You must have faith in yourself, belief in yourself. Number one, believe in yourself. Number two is hard work. Nothing can compromise hard work. You're here, after your hard work, you have got your graduation, right? You know how difficult it is, what amount of the midnight oil you have burnt. So, number one is hard work. Number two is hard work. First one is self-discipline or believe in yourself, the faith. Then you must have faith in God or whatever. Right? You may call it karmic, you may call it destiny. I of course call it God's grace. You must have that also. Because you realize when all those three come, that will take you places. There will be a large crowd here, because maybe 10, 20 years down the line you will see maybe 20% of this have done very well in life. Others have done well, but very few have done very well in life. Why? Because they have these three qualities. Faith. This English, all these are no barriers. We all studied in English. Right? So that is not a barrier. So hard work can take you to places. I can tell you, when law, we produce about 2,000 lawyers a year. But still the good people have work. Not all. In my chamber, I have about 16 young lawyers, highly qualified. In addition to law, they have masters, they have CIMA, chartered. Out of the 16, I would not recommend more than 4 who would do well. All are lawyers, all are qualified people. But the determination, hard work, never say no attitude. Even in companies, it's the same. You don't want people to come and say no. You have to say yes and do it. Right? And that is the motivation and the hard work. Right? That will take you places. I'll share with you a little thought about my story. Maturity. That's why I say changing life today is very important. Maturity sometimes hit people at very early in life. When you have your children, you'll realize some children may be mature by 10. I know girls mature faster than the boys. Some people at 15, some at 18, some at 20, some when they become graduates, some at 40, some never mature. Right? So that maturity age is very important. That changes your life. In my own life, I must tell you, I had a bad patch, rollicking youth. I did O-level 3 times. I did A-level 3 times. But at some point, maybe my mother's death, I changed course. That's where maturity hit me. And I'm proud to say that this side of 40, I managed to get my PhD also. Because at one point, you have to fast forward and do everything. So now that you have got your graduation, don't stop at that. Work on it. Right? That's a stepping stone to your next world. Work on that. Put in a lot of hard work. If you want to pursue higher studies, pursue such careers. Because unlike those days, long years ago, maybe 30, 40 years ago, people did PhDs only when they are 60s or 70s. Now people at their mid-20s, 30s try to do all the high qualifications. At 30s, sometimes people get their PhDs. So that's good because you have a lot of time to recoup or harvest what you have invested. So make sure that these skills are with you in addition to your knowledge you have acquired. You need wisdom. Wisdom is different to knowledge. Wisdom can be gathered with the little secrets I gave you. And then you are a complete human being. That is why they always say that education secures your future. In Sinhala they say, Ugata mana silpamai maturakena. So let me congratulate you all in becoming graduates today. And I wish you all the very best on your future endeavors. And may all be successful human beings. Thank you very much.